Not until the photographer's gaze was gone did Jack dare sit up, sneaking like a ninja, and soon followed Annie to a warehouse packed with countless artworks. Every painting and object tells a tale, for she grew up with the owner like a storybook child. Annie was like a living encyclopedia revealing her little secrets, and Jack looked super focused, but his mind was definitely Seeing her sharp gaze, Annie swiftly changed the topic, asking Jack about his stories, and the warehouse fell into an instant silence. Jack began to share the ups and downs of his rise to fame, and before long, it got bold as he confessed his reason for being there, feeling like he met a shining star. Many think they know me, Imhaz Campbell. People just know his name, unaware he's quite the big guy. I'm not sure at all. The big question is, I don't really know the answer. He seemed completely unfazed. You're just there shining like a pop star, and he's just acting the part. I just want to know what you know. I really appreciate your honesty. Finally decided on the thing to purchase. Annie was treating her big client to dinner when Jack was recognized. They acted like friends, and Annie suddenly realized maybe she wasn't really cut out for the spotlight. Actually, we could go to my place, and I'll whip you up a star-worthy tomato. She warmly welcomed the suggestion, and back home Jack eagerly played chef, seeing the photos on the wall. Annie was asked about her family. It felt rare, as she spoke of her ex-husband's drama, filling the room with gloom. Jack couldn't help lamenting life's struggles. Fake personas behind fame were worse than luxury homes. In daily life, no one to confide in. They chatted about school, society, family, and love, eyes colliding accidentally. Suddenly the mood turned intimate, and then the phone rang, pulling Annie back to her senses just in time as she stepped aside to take the Jack wandered over to the piano, playing a new tune he composed but hadn't released yet, as Annie slowly approached. She abruptly halted her actions, muttering words to herself as if lost in contemplation. Jack's hand quietly found hers, and in that eye contact moment, Annie impulsively kissed him, only to snap back to reality quickly. Time was slipping away. Jack realized it was inappropriate to stay long, so he left his watch on the table while Annie was distracted. It served as their excuse for the next meet, expressing gratitude for her hospitality before leaving. Gazing at her departing silhouette, Annie couldn't help but daydream until her daughter appeared and tugged her back to. She realized she was a single mom with a child, and love felt like a luxury, especially when he's a celebrity. Then, over the next, Jack reached out to Annie using the phone number on the receipt, and they started texting. Their previous heart-to-heart felt their relationship quietly shifted. Summer break arrived. Annie sent her daughter to camp and watched Jack's band videos all day, and spent her nights texting. Slowly, she realized she had unwittingly fallen for Jack while planning to return. They set a meeting time and place. Sparks flew at the hotel, confirming their relationship. To keep Annie close, Jack hired her as his art consultant. Next, Annie traveled with Jack, enjoying her vacation, creating joyful memories from mountain roads to beaches. It was her first time enjoying life so freely, dreamily delightful, forgetting she was a mom until Jack's band at a resort. By the pool everyone gathered. Annie prepared to join, only realizing after putting on her suit. Compared to those fresh-faced youngsters, time had left its irreversible marks on her skin. She felt self-conscious and changed out of her bathing suit, citing a family history of skin cancer, thinking she could blend in, but hardly did. Little girls who looked the same age as her daughter, who openly displayed their malice towards Annie, despite Jack's attempts at mediation. She could no longer endure the rude comments. Jack followed her to the room, and Annie chuckled to herself. She returned the watch. Even though Jack tried to convince her, she chose to fly back home. And while those comments were hurtful, there was a hint of truth to them. They woke Annie from her happy dream. It was time to face the reality that she was a child's guardian, but fate didn't seem to want them to part ways. One sunny morning, Annie woke up to a text from Jack saying, "Stay away from social media." It turned out that their relationship had been uploaded online, and after a few days of brewing, some people even approached her for selfies. When her daughter saw her looking worried and inquired about the situation, she said to her mom, "I haven't done anything wrong. Why is this happening? I just wanted to say I know you and Jack are together, and you're hiding it from me. This is so unfair. Shouldn't you have told me about this? Are we seriously deleting all our social media? Are you sure? Do I absolutely have to delete TikTok? In terms of appearing in public, those two did so without any hesitation, letting media and netizens speculate as their love spread, more interfered. That day, Anna's ex-husband showed up. Allow me to fetch her after school. I merely intend to place this coffee cup here. Would you care for a sip? No, I'm fine, you know. There are tons of photographers out there. Yes, we know. I have security. Just set some big cameras around here, so we should be fine. Security. Good. What kind of game are you playing? How long are you planning to play with my wife? Anna's appearance interrupted their chat, and only then did she learn